Hello, how you guys doing? This is lots of things of importance. There's always many things of importance. The satellite man's still hitting me in the upper lip, and they're still hitting me in the lower teeth. And in reference to the timeline of information, when these people had kidnapped me, they tried to erase all my family history. They tried to erase who I am, who my parents are. They tried to erase the different characters that I performed as when I was a little boy, different TV shows, and when I performed as a little girl when I was in movies and TV shows. And then people tried to steal my history from, before I was in a coma when I was younger, when I'd been shot in the face or when I'd been injured. And, need some reporters that are doing some information in reference to Texas and other cities and states. Like even when I was little, when I was younger, before I was in a coma or before I had been injured at that particular time, I was, there was other times of these people trying to injure me, people trying to steal from my parents, people trying to steal the mansions of my mother and father and grandparents. There's been all kinds of tricksters trying to play tricks. But in reference to when I was a little boy and when I performed as a little girl in movies, my parents would dress me up as a girl. I'm not gay, so don't even think that. But in reference to when I was a little boy, I was in movies and TV shows, dancing and singing as a girl, as a little girl when I was little. But my parents, they used to call me the little girl for my protection because I was so pretty. These videos are not very, you know, acknowledged as beautiful videos or anything. But in reference to me being a little boy, I was very cute and very, sweet and friendly. And I was on TV shows and, and don't forget, my parents was rich from the day, even before I was born. And my grandparents was rich even before I was born. So in reference to when I was born, there was always a security issue of thieves, people trying to play competitive business, sabotage and all kinds of other crap. So, when I was little, I was always supposed to be protected from bad people. I was supposed to have security guards and had security guards back then too. But, in reference to, and somebody was communicating earlier about limousine companies, look up the information, or the limousine companies need to advertise what limousine companies I'm the owner of, if any. I say it like that because it's all on a portfolio information. Nothing's for sale. I'm the owner of my mother and father's companies forever. But, in reference to some of the olden days, or not olden days, but, my genetics are very young. So if my genetics was checked today, I would look like a toddler in certain acknowledgments of youth because my genetics are very young, meaning like 21 years old forever kind of thing. Any age looking activity is them damaging my face and teeth. Don't forget, my father was 9 feet tall. And my mother was what, 7 feet tall back in the 80s or something? Many things of importance. But, and my grandfather was real tall back in the 50s and 40s and stuff. And so, in reference to information of, when I performed in movies and TV shows, these people tried to erase the history and timeline of history before they had kidnapped me. And don't forget, I was, I stayed kind of short when I was little. Obviously, I'm not very tall right now. I'm like 6 foot something or whatever. Not that tall, though. When they put pressure on me, I'm usually 3 inches shorter or something. I'm supposed to be like 6'1" or 2" or somewhere, but even taller than that in some acknowledgments of the future. But, but the thing of it is, when they put pressure on me, it smashes me down 3 or 4 inches, But in reference to movies and TV shows and the timeline of history, every time these people have tried to slander my character, every time they've tried to slander my parents, or they tried to slander my Hollywood history of characters I performed as in movie productions and TV shows, people need to say those. People need to acknowledge that information. And somebody was wondering if I was in Diamonds Are Forever. Some people thought I was one of the kids in the scene, and somebody was, in the Circus or something, or one of the movies, some of the other movies or whichever. And some people was wondering if I was in the movie Jaws, like if I was one of the kids on the beach in the movie. You have to look up the information. Somebody has all the information. Some people was wondering what songs I sang in the 80s or 70s or, whenever, or tap dancing or, playing piano when I was a little boy. There's some old black and white videos of me playing the piano when I was really young, like 2 or 3 years old or 4 years old or whatever, something like that, right? And so in reference to the history of things, people need to acknowledge the timeline of some things. And every time these dirty government people try to make up lies or accusations, ask them what the timeline is and what they're trying to say. These people kidnapped me, tried to steal my identity, they tried to steal the history of my family, and then tried to call me this Mark Ray name all the time. It's bullshit. But, the timeline of Hollywood, the timeline of history, and my uncle Jack Warner and other acknowledgments of associated uncles or celebrities and entertainers. And hello, Alec Baldwin. How you guys doing? The Baldwin family and other families over there in Hollywood. And hello, Beverly Hills Council. And hello, Deeds Departments. And hello, Rodeo Drive and other shopping areas. And hello, Michigan Avenue in Chicago. How you guys doing? And hello, Gladstone's Restaurant in California and other restaurants and businesses and friendly people. Lots of things of importance. And so it's very important. And charge up my phone. So in reference to movies and TV shows, people need to acknowledge that information of what movies and TV shows I was in, and what characters I performed at. Oh, and hello, Ian Ziering and Cast of 90210 and Melrose Place and other people that know me in Hollywood. And hello, in reference to the production of the movie Very Bad Things. How you guys doing? Lots of things before I got to charge up my phone,